Thank you, Ipsy Can I Share, for the opportunity to talk to residents of Superior Charter Township. My name is Erma Golden, and I am a candidate for supervisor for Superior Charter Township. I am currently a deputy supervisor, a board of review member, a election chairperson for Precinct 2, a business owner, and I have lived in this community for over 28 years as a homeowner. Now, the first question is, what am I doing to serve and benefit people of color, the underprivileged, and the disenfranchised in our township? As a deputy supervisor, I show up, I engage, I listen, I ask questions, I seek solutions, I problem solve, because I know that when people come to me about a question or a concern, that is something that matters to them. Another thing I've done is last year I was given the task of the sidewalk repair program. And what I quickly realized after those letters went out is that this was a burden, unexpected burden on many of the residents. For them to have to repair sidewalks when they were a senior, on fixed income, disabled, unemployed, or working just to make ends meet. Trying to do the sidewalks was just barely possible. So the Board of Trustees did vote and approved a sidewalk income allowance exemption. This vote came later in the summer after the letters were out. So I did send another letter and I sent a chart with it, but I decided to go door to door. The reason I decided to go door to door is because I wanted the residents to know. I wanted to be able to address their questions and their concerns. Not everybody qualified. But also just imagine somebody coming to your door from the township just to give you information. The people who qualified were happy. The people who didn't qualify were still happy with the effort, and they really appreciate it. Another thing that I'm working on is, and I'm doing this right now, I am coordinating, I'm working with Parks and Recreation, I'm working with the Committee to Promote Superior Township, and I'm taking the lead so that we can have a roadside cleanup this spring. If you drive out of your neighborhoods, you're going to see it. And nobody's coming to pick it up. The grass and the weeds will grow and you may not see it anymore, but it's going to still remain there. So we do need to do a cleanup for the roadside for our township. It will be good for the environment. It will bring people together. And it's also a win-win for everyone to get this done. So the next question is, if I'm elected, please describe your plans on how you will use your office to serve and benefit people of color, underprivileged, and those who are disenfranchised. Well, supervisors have to lead. And if you don't know what's going on in your community, you can't lead. You can't do anything for your township or the residents because you don't know what their concerns are. So one of the things I plan to do is to not sit behind the desk for 40 hours a week and wait for the phone to ring or wait for somebody to come in. I plan to be present, to be driving through the neighborhoods, engaging, talking to people, participating in events, communicating with the residents, just to see what they're thinking, what they need, because this is the only way we know. I did the same thing this December on Nextdoor when I asked residents what were their concerns, because you can sit in the office and think you know everything, but unless you get feedback from the people, and I did get a lot of feedback. Some of the feedback on concerns were things that I didn't know about or things that I didn't realize were as important to some of our residents. And so now these are my charges, and I'm trying to get those things done. So the next question is, what is your plan to challenge the inequities within our institutional systems? What is your plan to build commitment to racial equity? Well, as a supervisor, you have to first recognize and understand that there are inequities throughout our township or within our residents. You have to be able to identify what they are and create strategic, community, and involvement to address those challenges and those needs. In addition, I know that our township can't handle everything. Our township can't address every issue, but what we can be still is a resource of information if we have that information. But one of the things I want everyone to know is that as a supervisor, I will serve all the residents. You will never be ignored or discounted. And I will treat all employees equally and with respect. I believe that I will be an extraordinary supervisor for Superior Charter Township. Thank you.